I like South Park.
Yeah.
I like
South Park
things.
is the
South Park rules.
They fucking rule.
Did you see what they just did?
What'd they do?
They went at Harry. They went at Harry and Meghan.
She's suing
And they're
them.
trying to sue him. It's like, don't
What are you?
fucking
You're suing South Park?
kick that hornet's nest. Do not.
Really?
Oh my God! Yeah, you're just gonna
Really?
empower them to go harder.
Pretty brilliant episode.
Not suing, just mad. Not
Just
suing.
mad.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but they
Which-
made an official statement that we are angry.
Yeah, it just says, yeah.
Which was
we're not
exactly
suing. It's all nonsense. But
what the
she's
episode
very mad.
was.
Oh, okay.
It's exactly what they were making fun of him for.
She'll
Yeah,
sit
they
there and
nailed
watch
it.
and she's mad. But
Well, you know what's going on. Someone wanted a lot of attention, and now they got it. And it seems like that lady is a temptress. She's a siren. She's
Ooh,
lured him
she's
into the rocks.
I haven't heard that term in a
Yes.
long time. She's a harlot. Almost.
She's well, harlot's bad, right? She's just powerful. She's
Actually, that's a good point. Harlot and temptress.
yeah, I think harlot's. Wasn't there some speculation that she was on Epstein's yacht at one point in time? There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s. That's the big distraction.
That's the big distraction right there.
There's a war room apparently in England where they're trying to figure out what to do.
Oh, really?
I heard they. Did you hear about that? No. Yes. There's a war room.
I think I
The
tuned out.
Royals.
The Royal
Royals
War Room.
have got. They're about to go to war.
Well, the wanker is, he's put out this book, Spare, or whatever it's called. I guess everybody falls down one side or the other. Do you support Harry and Meghan? Do you not?
Here it is. The Royals set up a war room to discuss Prince Harry's memoir.
Some Taliban commander is now trolling Harry over his talk about the Afghans that he killed. And I got to look it up. But
What has he said about the Afghans he killed? This is why he was a pilot?
yeah, this is while he was over there on duty. I don't know to what degree. I again, full disclosure, haven't read the book.
Taliban leader responds to Prince Harry's reported claim in Spare that he killed 25 fighters in Afghanistan.
I mean, who does that? Who talks? I mean, again,
Very strange.
it's very strange.
But it's also very strange that he was, essentially infiltrated by a very ambitious actress. She used to be on
Was
Deal or
he
No
infiltrated?
Deal. She was one of the
Is
Deal
that
or No Deal
technically
ladies.
the way it works? Is he
I think
infiltrated
so.
or was she infiltrated?
Well, it depends on who's
yeah.
getting pegged.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
How's
right?
that work?
Well, I'm a little upset with Prince Harry, but other than that, it's working out really well.
Are you mad that he left the throne or whatever the fuck he did?
No, I mean,
Doesn't it make sense?
I'm kind of well. It probably makes sense because I don't know that he's the sharpest tool in the box, and he's probably thinking we can make a lot more money if. But they're not supposed to make any money off of being a member of the royal family.
She tried to fake it, and Joe Rogan wasn't having it. The second Meghan Markle's emotional podcast hit the internet, people started laughing, not crying, because the only thing more fake than her tears was the entire performance. But one person didn't just roll his eyes, he ripped it apart. Joe Rogan, unfiltered, brutal, and this time spot on. Meghan Markle thought she could hop on another mic, throw out some buzzwords, tremble her voice, and win sympathy. But instead of making people feel sorry for her, she made them feel insulted. Because Joe and pretty much everyone watching caught on to the act fast, and what Meghan didn't see coming was that clip, the one that absolutely destroyed her whole facade. Let's rewind. It all started with a podcast. Meghan joined self-made billionaire Jamie Kern Lima for what was supposed to be a raw, emotional conversation about pain, pressure, and perseverance. Except it didn't feel raw, it didn't feel honest, it felt staged. From the very first moment, Meghan launched into dramatic storytelling, voice trembling, eyes glistening. But something didn't sit right, and Joe Rogan, he noticed the same thing everyone else did. Her voice was cracking. Her tone was breaking, but her eyes, bone dry, no tears, no swelling, no redness, nothing. Just a shaky voice and perfectly untouched makeup. And the internet immediately dragged her. But Joe Rogan, he obliterated her. Because this wasn't Meghan's first time playing this game. Cue the flashback. An old clip from one of Meghan's earlier interviews suddenly went viral. In it, she brags about being able to cry on command. "Give me 3 seconds," she laughs, "where our left eye go." That clip resurfaced like a missile and took out whatever credibility her breakdown had left. Joe Rogan played both clips side by side and broke it all down like only he could. "This isn't vulnerability," he said. "This is a performance." And the worst part? Meghan was smiling after the fake tears. It was like she knew exactly what she was doing. Play the victim, play the princess, and play the audience. Only this time, she flopped hard. But it didn't end there, because Joe didn't just stop at the podcast. He went after the branding, the lies, and the slippery games Meghan's been playing for years. Like that card. During the podcast, Meghan showed off a gift basket she made, complete with strawberry jam and a handwritten note. Seems sweet, right? Until viewers noticed what the card said. It was signed Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex. There's only one problem. She's not allowed to use that title anymore. Joe Rogan exploded, so she wants to leave the royal family, ditch the duties, run off to California and pretend to be normal, but still sign stuff like she's royalty. Get out of here. That signature wasn't a mistake. It was a message, a power play, and it backfired. Because legally, Meghan agreed not to use that title in public after she and Harry stepped back from their royal roles. But here she was, plastering it across a jam jar like it was 2018 again. Joe wasn't buying it, and neither were the fans. But just when you thought it couldn't get messier, boom, another scandal hit. A woman in Maryland filed a legal notice claiming that a DIY bath salt recipe Meghan shared on Netflix left her with catastrophic burns. The lawsuit? A cool $10 million. And Meghan's name? Front and center. Joe didn't even blink. What is she doing giving medical grade advice on Netflix? Who even approved this? It wasn't just a recipe, it was a liability. Arnica, Himalayan salt, essential oils. These are not beginner level ingredients, especially for people with underlying conditions. And this woman? She's diabetic. She followed Meghan's wellness advice and landed in a medical crisis. Now, Netflix, Archewell, and Meghan herself could all be on the hook, and Meghan, she hasn't said a word, but Joe, he said it all. He called out the silence, the hypocrisy, the branding over substance, the glamour over responsibility. She wants to play the part of a Princess Charming, he said, but none of the work that comes with it. And then there's the podcast moment that sealed the deal. Meghan started talking about how she writes nightly emails to her children so they can read them when they're older. Sounds sweet, until you realize it was all for show. Who announces that? Who films it? Who uses it as content? Joe Rogan didn't just roast Meghan, he exposed the playbook. Fake tears, royal titles, emotional storytelling, carefully curated photo ops, all designed to build sympathy and brand recognition. But the problem is, it's too obvious now. The audience sees the strings, and Joe, he's the one who cut them. He reminded everyone of Meghan's past, her rise through Hollywood, her fascination with royalty, her calculated moves before even meeting Prince Harry, the blog posts, the vision board, the yacht rumors. And yes, even the speculation about connections to controversial figures like Jeffrey Epstein. Joe didn't invent the theories, but he asked the question, how much of Meghan's image was always just a role? Was it ever real? Or has this all been one long performance? Because Meghan wants the crown without the kingdom, the fame without the criticism, the spotlight without the service. She split Harry from his family, torched bridges in the UK, and then ran straight to Netflix to cash in. Joe Rogan isn't the first to call it out, but he's the loudest and the most fearless. He tore through the facade, ripped away the filters, and told millions of listeners what they were already thinking. It's all fake. And Meghan, she can't stop it now, because when Joe Rogan puts you in the crosshairs, he doesn't miss. This wasn't a podcast breakdown, it was a brand collapse. And Meghan Markle, she's not crying for real, she's panicking because the act is over.